Welcome back to Weather on the Go on this Monday, November 4th, 2024. Here's the deal. We got a lot of severe weather to talk about going through today. Heavy rainfall, which could lead to some flash flooding, and a new tropical storm could form named Rafael into the Gulf of Mexico as we go in through later this week. So we're going to be diving into everything that you need to know in this forecast. So make sure to subscribe, like the video, and also leave any comments, questions, and concerns below. We'll get to them all later on today. And looking at the temperature anomalies throughout this week, no wonder we're seeing such a strong storm system in the central U.S. We have the battleground between the air masses. We got the cooler air out west and we got the warmer air out east. And right in the middle there, that's where that storm track is. And that's where we did actually see some severe weather yesterday from southern Kansas down into Oklahoma and North Texas, and thankfully not that many tornadoes, but we still did have a tornado reported yesterday going back here into southeastern Oklahoma. Some wind reports, some hail reports as well. Here's this big trough that's going to be kicking in across the southern plains today, and this trough has a lot of oomph with it. We got the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico, moisture streaming northward out ahead of that. We got instability starting to build and a lot of wind shear as well, as a very powerful jet stream overtakes a lot of this thermodynamic here across the southern United States. So here's the storm energy that we have today. Now, while it is early November and these values aren't very high, I do promise you that these values are high enough for some widespread severe weather as we go through this afternoon and into tonight. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center's latest update on their day one outlook does have a level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk of severe weather from central and southwestern Missouri into western Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma, and northeast Texas. And this does include some major metropolitan areas such as Tulsa, into the Fort Smith area, and all the way back down toward the Dallas-Fort Worth region as well. And it is worth noting, even in the dark green, all the way up into northern Illinois, stretching back here towards Texas and Mexico, we still have that marginal risk of severe weather. So severe weather is still possible as far north as northern Illinois or as far south as Texas and Mexico. So looking at the main risks for today, 60 to 70 mile per hour winds is going to be a problem, especially in these yellow and red shaded colors here from Missouri back down into western Arkansas, southeast Kansas, into eastern Oklahoma, into northeast Texas. Also looking at a hail threat, a little bit lower of a hail threat here, but we still could be seeing some quarter-size hailstones, some half-dollar size hailstones, maybe even some golf ball size hail with some of these bigger storms out there. But looking at this, we have a very big area for tornado potential stretching from western Illinois over here toward Macomb, all the way back here into south central Texas towards San Antonio. So we're going to be keeping a very close eye on that. And we're also keeping an eye on this yellow shaded area with dashed lines. That's where we could have strong tornadoes today, EF2 to EF5 strength into the Fayetteville, Arkansas region, for example, metropolitan area of Tulsa, down here into Fort Smith, McAllister, Oklahoma, Ardmore, Paris, Texas, and even the northern side of the Dallas-Fort Worth area like McKinney, Texas could be seeing that as we go through today. So we're going to be on high alert down here for the afternoon and the evening. Here's this afternoon's depiction of the radar, and notice these semi-discrete supercells out ahead of the main line, and these could pose a risk for strong tornadoes, large hail, and some very strong 60, 70 mile per hour winds. And you can see the line will start to form, but don't let that fool you. We could still see some rotation along the leading edge of this line, so tornadoes will still be an impact as we go through this evening. And then as we go further east here toward the Mississippi River and we lose a little bit of the daytime heat, the severe weather threat should turn over more to a heavy rain threat, but we're still going to be keeping an eye on that for places like Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, and East Texas as we go into after midnight early Tuesday morning. Thankfully, as we go into the day on Tuesday, the severe weather threat subsides substantially, but we still have an isolated strong storm or two for the Badger State there of Wisconsin near the Madison region here up toward Green Bay, and then another area here from portions of southeastern Arkansas, western Mississippi, back into Louisiana and East Texas, where we have to watch out for some stronger storms for like the Monroe area down towards Baton Rouge and also Alexandria, Louisiana. We'll be keeping an eye on you for Tuesday. Going through the rest of the week, on Wednesday, that storm system kicks off to the east, just some normal rain showers, some, garden variety thunderstorms for the southeast on Wednesday. Bigger snowstorms starting to impact Colorado and New Mexico on Wednesday as well. And especially as we get into Thursday, this is really going to dump some very heavy snowfall for the Rockies and down here into New Mexico. And that'll really continue into Friday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, very heavy snowfall. But this system overall that's moving through this week, going to be putting down some decent rains. We have a lot of drought ongoing across the United States. It's nice to see this, but unfortunately, we're going to see several inches of rainfall over a short amount of time. And here's the drought monitor. And, we do need the rainfall. It's very beneficial to see all this rainfall coming in, but we're going to see it in a short amount of time. So there's a large area at a slight risk for flash flooding stretching from lower Michigan all the way back into southeast Texas. And then we have that moderate risk for flash flooding today from southern Missouri into northwest Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma. That's where we could see more substantial flash flooding events through today and tonight. And then a marginal risk further to the east across the lower Ohio River Valley, western Tennessee Valley, back down toward the lower Mississippi Delta region on your Tuesday. Snowfall, yes, going to be plentiful across Colorado and New Mexico. We're talking feet of snow here, folks, into the mountain regions. We could definitely be seeing over 30 inches of snowfall through your Saturday, November 9th out here, and that is definitely good for the ski resorts, especially into Colorado for the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, we're going to see a ridge of high pressure across southeastern Canada and the eastern U.S. Another storm system comes in across the central U.S. as we go into the weekend, and that is going to bring some cooler weather. And obviously, as we put the snowfall pack or the snowpack down across Colorado and New Mexico, we're going to start to see cooler air out of that as we go into the weekend. But another, a big area of warmer than normal air for the second week of November starting to set up here from Manitoba into Ontario, southward along the Mississippi Valley, and another storm system. And, with warmer air, liquid precipitation as we go through Saturday and into Sunday here, maybe some severe weather in isolated instances, probably not to the extent of what we're seeing today for severe weather, but more isolated here across the deep south. We'll keep an eye on that especially for Sunday, but more heavy rainfall will be on the way as we go through the weekend, and more snowfall as well, with the heaviest up here into British Columbia, Canada, and western Alberta. Let's look here at the tropics briefly. We do have a new system that has formed into the Central Caribbean. We already have tropical storm warnings for the island of Jamaica. The Cayman Islands have hurricane warnings right now. We have hurricane watches for western Cuba, tropical storm watches for central Cuba, as this system is likely to become a strong tropical storm or a low-end hurricane as we go through this week and crossing into the central Gulf of Mexico, before turning more north and westward as we go in toward the weekend. And here's the ensemble guidance, kind of giving you an idea of where the central low pressure would be. This would be named Rafael, and you can see down to a 994 millibars near the Cayman Islands in western Cuba by midweek. This is on Wednesday, November 6th. Moving into the Gulf of Mexico on Friday, November 8th, and then, your guess is as good as mine as where this will go. Will it go north? Will it go west? We'll keep an eye on it for the weekend, but definitely looking like a formidable system as we round out the week, and we'll keep you updated right here on this channel. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below for the latest weather information right at your fingertips. Turn on the post notification bell so you are notified when I do post my videos in the future. Make sure to press the like button down below, especially if you did enjoy today's weather forecast. And of course, leave any comments, questions, and concerns below. We'll get to those after the video, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their Monday out there.